Hey, this is Nolan North, and you're listening to the Ninja Turtle Power Hour. Why wouldn't you? Take it from me. Raphael from TMNT. Go back to 2007. We'll save our brother, and then we'll save New York City. Or, of course,
you may listen to the Krang, because the Krang know that you should listen to Turtles and Turtle Power Hour. Go listen, Krang.
Welcome to the Ninja Turtle Power Hour. I'm Spencer.
I'm Keith.
I'm Cody.
I'm Mike.
And we're covering another movie this week, guys. We're covering another movie. Yeah. It's like,
man.
Mm-hmm.
What movie are we covering?
This time we're covering Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. The 2016 outing from the Platinum Dunes studio. Don't know why I said that with an M.
I don't know. Platinum Dunes duology. So that's right. This movie turned 10 years old last week, but we were covering Turtles Forever instead. So definitely didn't forget that that was last week's anniversary. But, man, what a fun movie. Not to bury it.
Yeah.
What a movie.
What a movie. Yeah, I think I lean more in the what a movie camp.
Some people at the time said this was the second best TMNT.
I know there's
a
this
lot of things is what I found in my life. So
yeah, this movie has a lot of defenders. It has a lot of defenders, and I can understand some of the defense to it. Or I guess maybe it's really just like there's a lot of out of the shadows apologists, I guess is the better word for it. Right? A lot of apologists for this film. It has a lot of fan service. Like, right, it tried to make up for the first movie, but I don't think that made it a good movie.
Oh, I'm definitely a movie.
or even a better movie.
It is better than the first.
I actually think I prefer the first one to this one.
Really?
It's really like I always thought this was the better one too. And watching it a couple of times now, it's the difference between like getting poked in the eye and kicked in the dick. Like you don't want either one to happen, but if you had to choose, you might be able to like suss out which one you like, right?
When you say kicked in the dick, though, are you really saying kicked in the balls?
I knew that this would happen. That Cody would come in with
what are you gonna
poke me in the eye with?
If somebody kicks you and they just hit the dick, that's pretty fine. Like your dick is a champ. Your dick can take a lot. It's really the balls.
Can it?
I think we should.
The balls are way worse than the dick, but my dick can't.
You're covered. So it's an indiscriminate kick in the junk. So wherever you think that would be.
Yeah, I'm just saying most kick in the dick is actually talking about getting kicked in the balls. Because really, how many of us have giant salamander dicks where the dick extends hard enough that you can kick just the dick?
You do mine like those boxing things,
The speed bag?
The speed bag, yeah. That's what I call my testicles. The speed bag. We got way on topic here.
This episode, we have we gone too far? Have we gone too far?
Yeah.
Just wait till you get to shooting the shell, listeners. If you stay tuned for our after show.
Where were we all when this came out? I remember us talking about this with the 2014 one.
Oh, man. So my wife and I went to go see this at our favorite movie theater at the time. We were planning our wedding. I can't remember if my parents went to go see this one with me because they'd seen a couple of the Turtles movies with me. I think no, I don't think they went with me to go see this one. I think this is the only one that didn't go see it. I mean, honestly, yeah, because they saw the first one. And it's terrible.
Mm.
I remember there being like a lot of like fan, like not fan, not like. I don't remember there being as much promotion and talking about this one as it came out. I think
It
it
was
was like a
kind
week
of
before. It was like, okay, me and my buddy are gonna go, and we went and saw it. And we're like, yeah, it was fine, guy.
yeah. In fact, I remember why it was just me and my wife is because I got the free ticket for buying Mutants in Manhattan, the video game.
Oh,
Like I specifically
Another
bought the game.
critical gem.
Yeah, I specifically bought the game so that I could get the free ticket for the movie.
So you spent like $50 to get a free movie ticket?
Well, I mean, and I also got a sweet video game out of it too. Also, the game was only $39 back then.
And your wife was like, you know, Mike, I don't think I'm going to let you be in charge of finances anymore.
yeah. I'm planning the rest of this wedding.
If she hasn't left me over the amount of action figures I buy yet, then $39 for a video game is not a problem.
How about you, Goody?
Yeah, I can't remember because I remember when the first one came out. Like I took my nephews to see it, and it was kind of a fun little event-ish because I know I saw like you'd see like people saw it in their like turtle shirts and stuff, so there was some kind of hype around it. The second one I think nobody really cared about, so I don't have any specific memories of seeing it. I would assume I went and saw it with them again. And they were just like, yeah, that's I mean, because they weren't like not Turtles fans, but they weren't like huge Turtle fans. I'd have to ask them about it because they might have like fond memories of it. Because that's one thing that's happened too is like you forget what it's like to be a kid and see dumbass stuff. Because everyone pretends like when they were a kid, like He-Man, the cartoon was awesome, right? As if you showed it to adults today, they wouldn't be like, yep, that's a dumbass cartoon. Because there's a whole generation of folks who just love these movies, and it's like, yeah, you were a kid when you saw them, and that makes sense. But I don't have any specific memories tied to it. But I did get Keith. I don't know what brought it up for Keith, but I do have like the Orange Crush soda can because they did the soda promotions, and I had like the movie cup.
Oh, we're
Did
gonna
I
talk
promise you the can or something, Keith?
Well, I listened to our episode about the 2014 movie today, and we actually had a lot of loose ends to talk about for this movie that we thought were in the other movie or something. So yeah, we'll get to them. How about you, Spencer?
I was serving a mission for the LDS Church during 2016, so I was in Argentina and could not watch it. So I saw this much later.
It was like you snuck out to the theater to betray God because your turtle love was so strong.
No, I
movie isn't a front to God, so that makes a perfect amount of sense.
I watched it much later on Amazon Prime. On Prime Video.
Wow, Amazon Prime.
A lot later, really.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't come home until 2017. And so, because they're 2 years long. So 2015 to 2017. I missed the year 2016. Like, that's just like in America, I just missed that like massive cultural shift. I just wasn't here. And then you come back and you have no idea what's going on. Especially if you have.
So when did you see this movie the first time?
It had to have been sometime in 2017. Like I'm pretty sure I like ended up just watching it on my phone.
Been that long?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it was. Yeah, because I remember there's also the Power Rangers movie on Prime Video, and I tried watching it and did not get far at all. It just didn't happen.
That movie's not bad.
Newer one?
Yeah, that newish one that really is actually pretty old now.
Yeah, well, that's like
the guy from
Strange 2018, right?
Yeah, maybe I didn't get around to seeing Out of the Shadows till 2018. I don't know.
Yeah. Wow.
But Prime Video's been around for a minute. It's been around for a minute.
You missed the culture.
Oh, actually, that makes sense.
Out of the Shadows.
I'm thinking of it as further back than it was, but 2018 actually, after the black hole COVID years. So yeah, that makes sense. Actually, that makes sense.
Yeah. 2017 is I think is when I would have watched it, but because I don't think I put it off too long. I knew it had come out. It was one of those movies that was like Gotta see the new Ninja Turtles movie, even though I didn't like the first one. I got the first. I remember the first one.
This was the course. This was the course correction, so of course you had to see it.
Yeah, basically, right? But like I remember like going through like the 5 stages of grief for the first one, you know, like there's this whole like denial I was in where I was like trying to like negotiate with it. You're trying to negotiate it, like I think I liked it, you know, I don't think, and then it was just like, no, I didn't like it. You know, this one, yeah, I saw it was coming out, and I was like, hey, you know, like I didn't really grow up with Bebop and Rocksteady, but hey, you know, it's a part of Turtles. Maybe I'll be into it. You know, I didn't really grow up with Krang either. Krang wasn't really a thing, but maybe, you know, like maybe this is it. You know, got the party van. That's fun. That's cool. And you know, they definitely threw a lot of that stuff at us for this one.
Yeah.
What some would say too much, Spencer, but I think it was just enough.
You know, we'll talk about it. You know,
let me tell you a story. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows original release date was June 3rd, 2016. After Shredder's defeat, the Turtles learn from April that Baxter Stockman is secretly helping him escape custody. During a prison transfer, the Foot Clan attacks, and despite the Turtles' efforts, Stockman teleports Shredder away, only for him to be intercepted by the alien warlord Krang, who recruits him to reassemble an ancient device that will reopen a portal for the Technodrome to come to Earth. Shredder mutates Bebop and Rocksteady, April steals the last mutagen file, and Casey Jones. But the Turtles' existence is exposed to the New York PD. Internal conflict erupts when Donatello discovers that the mutagen could turn him human, leading Raph to rebel and attempt a risky heist that ends with April and Casey arrested and the Turtles hunted. Bebop and Rocksteady retrieve the final component in South America, allowing Shredder and Stockman to open Krang's portal, only for Krang to betray Shredder and freeze him in his Technodrome vault. With the police now on their side, to the Chrysler building, onto the former Technodrome, and defeat Krang while April, Casey, and Vern shut down the portal and get the Foot. With Bebop and Rocksteady recaptured and Stockman missing, the Turtles are honored by the New York PD, but choose to remain hidden. They celebrate atop the Statue of Liberty, victorious. Once again. The end.
Old storytelling.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of cut in a bit in and out of there, but
Oh, well, do I have to do
listeners have probably seen the movie, right?
Do you want me to do it again?
Nah.
Are you just saying that?
I think what Spencer is saying is he'll listen to it and he'll re-record it if needed.
I mean, it's in the Discord if you want to read it yourself.
All right, well, let's second these times around, boys.
Hey, nice junk.
Second
time around. Do it again for the second time. This is the second time around.
So
it never gets old. It never gets old.
I'm glad to hear.
Do you guys think? Do you guys think there's parallels between the arc capacitor and the Eyes of Sarnath? There's like 3 of them. They're hidden around.
There's definite parallels between the Weather Dominator from G.I. Joe and
that's what about more. More. Oh. But you know what?
The machine of such complexity being broken into 3 pieces scattered across the globe. For them, it's the most derivative thing in the world. But
Spencer might be onto something with the Eyes of Sarnath.
Yeah, good thing you noticed the similar numbers.
Yeah,
similar numbers, pieces of alien tech. All right, there's more to this than just.
Speaking of references to 87, Baxter calls his computer Omnis. Omnis is the omnipotent processing nexus sub-universal sentience, which was the artificial computer in the episode The Machines of the original series.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is a deep pull. That's a deeper pull. Because I saw it in the subtitles and I was like, that gotta be a reference. That's a weird thing
Yeah.
to like specifically say.
Another kind of fun reference, April gives a fake ID at police headquarters. The name on it, Renette Tilly.
Oh, nice. That is cool. I didn't even notice. That's actually a really cool deep cut reference.
Yeah. Did you all notice the Kevin Eastman cameo?
I did, yes.
They specifically say Kevin.
Yeah.
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 It's very
Yeah,
Stanley.
it's one of the more blatant cameos, I would say.
Yeah.
Although if you don't know it's Kevin Eastman, it's just some guy, I guess. So
yeah.
But
they needed to have more for him to show up more often, right?
I do wish they
look into the camera, like, "Hey, true believers," kind of thing going on.
That'd be kind of cool. Or they should give that to Peter Laird.
Yeah.
There we go.
Where it'd just be him riding slowly on a Segway, and it takes like 5 minutes for him to go across frame. It's just, and he like almost falls off it at one point because like the balance goes wrong.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "At least my Mac don't have a virus."
That's definitely
I've ever heard.
I was about to say that's exactly how Peter Laird sounds for sure.
I've heard him talk before. It's exactly like that. I don't know the timelines or how it lines up, but Carmelo Anthony is in this movie, a famous Knicks player. He was also featured in the 2012 series tie-in comic books. He had his own Carmelo Anthony special. Carmelo Anthony plays for the Knicks, and in Shredder's Revenge, Casey Jones, when he does his jump special, wears a Knicks uniform. So a lot of synergies going on there.
It is kind of funny that like we have the NBA Finals going on with the Knicks and the Spurs. As we're recording this.
As we're recording this, Game 4 was yesterday.
The
Knicks won in their legendary comeback in the finals. That was pretty damn exciting. Yeah. But we got to remember that this movie establishes that the Turtles are canonically Knicks fans.
Losing their minds right now.
They're grown up in New York, so who else?
I don't know basketball.
Does New York have another?
There's another. Yeah, there's like the Nets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think those are Brooklyn. I think it's the Brooklyn Nets.
Isn't that recently though?
Is Brooklyn part of New York?
Brooklyn's in New York. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But isn't that like when did that team change happen?
What do you mean? When did it happen?
Because they shift teams around periodically.
Like the Sacramento Kings, and I think they might have been the New York Kings before they were Sacramento, or were they Sacramento and now they're New York? I can't say I know a whole lot. I know that the Jazz used to be the New Orleans Jazz, which makes more sense than the Utah Jazz. And then
the Lakers used to be in Minnesota, which makes sense because
2012 they started as the Brooklyn Nets.
What were they before that?
They began as the New Jersey Americans. Jesus Christ. In 1967. They moved to Long Island in 68 as the New York Nets, but that arrangement didn't last. After 1976, they merged, the ABA merged the New Jersey Americans. The team became the New Jersey Nets. But then, which I guess, I don't know. Do New Yorkers identify with New Jerseyans much?
New Jerseyans?
They're
Eugenians.
They do not like each other.
Yeah. So, 2012 is pretty old by this point, but
Johnny Knoxville did not return to the movie to reprise Leonardo. He's played by his motion capture actor, Pete Ploslik. I have no idea how to say his last name.
Do we know why he didn't come back?
I think I saw that he just says he doesn't know why he wasn't asked to return. So the only thing I could think of is that it was
they didn't want to pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I could think of. Brian Woodburn, who was the motion capture actor for Splinter, also did not come back to this movie. Or Danny Woodburn, sorry.
Tony Shalhoub does come back.
Yeah, but Tony Shalhoub does play the voice again, though.
This has to be the easiest page ever made, too. He only has like 4 lines.
I think, Mike, though, you said it was the voice actor was Plosnik. Is that correct, or was it a different guy?
Pete Plosik, yeah, is the voice actor and the motion capture actor. He was the motion capture actor in the first movie, and then this movie they gave him.
It says Stephen Fairley.
Where do you see Stephen Fairley?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Interesting, because like that guy, like Stephen Fairley is the guy who like did the stunt double as Leo, I guess, in the second one.
Oh, well, yeah, but he wasn't the voice,
which is weird. But yeah, sorry, I assume they just didn't want to pay Johnny.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
There's a lot of other recasts too, like Shredder's a new actor, Karai's a new actor.
Yeah,
Baxter Stockman's a new actor.
Ishibashi. Yeah, I didn't realize that Baxter was in the first movie.
Yeah,
who was the first Baxter? Don Cheadle, I assume.
He's in a flashback when Sax is explaining
in the lab.
Eric's dad. He's in the lab.
Oh, so it was just basically like an extra, I assume.
Yeah, more or less.
It's like the black guy in Secret of the Ooze that everyone says is Baxter Stockman now.
I know.
Bubblegum Girl is Karai.
Yeah, Bubblegum Girl is Karai.
Fucking dumb.
Hey, I own 7 pieces of chewed bubblegum. Okay, so,
yeah.
I'm making a whole pack.
I cannot
not return.
Never mind. Eric Sack, yes, does not return. Eric Sachs is gone now.
Yeah. His people needed him, and he just floated off at the end of the last movie.
They broke out Shredder, but they're like, Sachs can stay in prison.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Also, they never call him Oroku Saki in first movie. They also don't do it here, and he's only credited as Shredder. So through this franchise, they never call him Oroku Saki, apparently.
I think they show his name. I couldn't see it on my screen. I was sitting too far away, but I think they show Orokusaki on the case file that Casey looks at.
Gotcha.
There is something kind of funny about like fanboys being like, he it's Orokusaki. He's Asian. We need to like respect that. But like Orokusaki is like not a real Japanese name at all. Like,
yeah.
There's something funny about being like, we need to respect that, while also at the same time, it's like the actual name itself. Anyway, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that is the funny part, because they're like, they have a fine Japanese heritage dreamed up by 2 white guys who thought kung fu movies were cool. It's like, oh, yeah, they're definitely the best ambassadors for Japan culture, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like when people say the turtles have to be Japanese. It's like, do they? It's not really.
They grew up in New York.
Yeah.
When Shredder getting frozen, I was trying to look at like the other shit around him. It looks like there might be a Triceraton next to him, but I couldn't make out any of the other ones.
I've also heard that, and I tried finding anybody who listed what is in the background, and I cannot find him. But I know I read that it was a Triceraton at some point. I remember someone saying that they saw Usagi in.
I think they're pushing it with that one, but
I mean, it can't be that hard to like screen grab it, can it?
I put in our group chat, our regular chat, what I think is the Triceraton. Maybe.
Yeah, that's why it's hard to see, Cody.
Yeah, it's very fast, but like you can see, there's like a crest kind of at the top of the dude.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It looks like a big crab leg.
I know, that's the thing too. Is like it all just looks like everything else in this movie. It's just a billion pieces of shiny shit. So who knows what it is?
I would definitely say
that's the only one that's actually viewable. Like that's the only comprehensible one.
I mean, here's a look at another one, but like,
because I feel like as it's spinning, if you're like eagle-eyed, you could see it. That's Irma in the shower.
I do see it actually. Yeah.
To me, it looks like they have a diaper on. It's like a baby man. I don't know, some sort of baby alien.
I could see that that kind of does look like a samurai with a top knot.
Yeah, it's white.
But I'm going with Irma in the shower.
Is that what they're claiming is? Is that what they're claiming is Usagi?
Only only podcast now.
Yeah, so people can just only speculate wildly on what these blobs, these CGI blobs that we're looking at are.
The camera's moving. There's like gas in the area. Everything's shiny and nonsense and small. It's hard to make out what any of it actually is.
Because it feels like I watched it as the scene, which is what kind of English is that? But I watch it and it's the kind of thing that goes through my head. Like, I bet if I pause this, you could see cool stuff, but I don't care.
Right.
I mean, also watching this, like they were still definitely planning on making this a trilogy. Like there was definitely another movie. Yeah. And I want to know what the plans for that movie were. I do want to know that. Because
supposedly Tyler Perry has said that Baxter was going to be the third villain and like be potentially mutated.
It was just going to be another Medea movie. Actually, they were just going to give it to him. He's going to be like,
he's going to get mutated
for Christmas. Yeah,
Medea the housefly. Yeah,
he's going to get mutated into Medea. Yeah.
It only took 10 years to get him officially in the franchise, but Fred Armisen was Krang in this movie.
What? No, that was Brad Garrett, wasn't it?
No, Fred Armisen was going to play Krang.
Oh, okay.
And then was replaced by Brad Garrett. He had to bow out for scheduling conflicts.
Because his like 10 lines of dialogue were just way too much time, too much on his plate.
Yeah.
Apparently Stephen Amell is the Casey, and that's only because he was still shooting Arrow at the time.
He's the what, Casey?
What? Yeah, you
short hair. Short hair.
Oh, short haired.
Do they not? They don't know what a wig is. Like they couldn't spring for it.
Apparently not.
Is this? Are we getting into Turtlepedia trivia now?
Nope. I'm not. Actually.
That sounds exactly like Casey Jones has short hair. Only here, not everywhere else.
No, I had it.
Obviously, it's the.
Ronan Casey has short hair.
No, I said he was. Yeah. I said he was the first short-haired Casey.
You cut out. You cut out for that part.
Okay. Well, he was the first short-haired Casey, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that still sounds like Turtlepedia trivia.
Well, Turtlepedia actually doesn't have any trivia in this.
This is the first appearance of short-haired Casey. I have the VHS if you want to buy it.
They actually don't have any trivia on their page, so I had to go to TV Tropes.
This is the first live-action appearance of Bebop and Rocksteady in a live-action movie.
Very true. Finally having him in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Krang.
And
And Baxter.
No, Krang was in Secret of the Ooze. Krang was in Secret of the Ooze.
That wasn't Krang. That was a Neutron.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. They retconned it.
That's true. Apparently, Kevin Eastman has changed his tune about how much he likes being in this movie or these two movies. He was on record at the time saying that he did like them, but now has gone on to say that he says, I think they used anything I consulted. I don't think they used anything I consulted. And I told them that they were working on the live action movies. I think they used it to do the opposite. You don't make them 8 foot tall and bulletproof and give them noses.
So the check bounced is what we're
basically, yeah. The statute of limitations has expired. He's allowed to talk shit on these movies.
I mean, to be fair, like I'm sure back then when he's making them, it's not like when you're involved, it's like the final cut or anything. So it's like he probably had no fucking idea what he actually was truly signing up for.
When he was shooting his scene, he doesn't even look up at the turtles. He's probably so checked out. He's like, I'm just on my phone. And then they take the pizza and then he just walks off camera.
Oh, to be fair, in the scene, like he's the regular pizza guy, so it's not a crazy thing for him.
Do they pay him?
They said they set it up. Like they specifically said, like, did you set it up? So
yeah, they probably just paid online.
Paid online, yeah. Or
I feel like I saw cash change hands or something.
I don't know.
That's really all I got. I think the last thing I have, and this is probably just coincidence, but when they're on the plane, Raph picks up Rocksteady and like spins him and throws him If you remember from the opening of the like Red Sky seasons of '87, that exact same thing happens. Probably just a coincidence, but kind of cool.
I got a couple more. Judith Hoag filmed a scene with Megan Fox. She was the owner of the news network, but the scene was cut, unfortunately.
Is it in like? Did they include it on the DVDs?
I
like
know
cut?
I've seen pictures. I know I've seen pictures of it. I don't know if the scenes.
I tried finding that scene and I couldn't find it. So, but that doesn't mean a whole lot.
Yeah, but I know I've seen pictures of the scene.
Was it a picture of someone's cell phone?
No, it was like professional. It was a professional still of the scene.
That was a very clever dig at Keith, actually.
Oh, was it?
It was so clever, in fact, as to be imperceptible.
That's the clever things, you have to point it out.
So subtle as to be invisible. Wow.
Subtext.
I'm making fun of all of you. You just don't know it.
When it registers and you're lying awake at night, you're devastated.
It's like pulling a prank on someone, right? But like literally you're the only person in on the joke, so everyone just thinks you're a weirdo. There's no audience, there's no one to entertain with this, right? Like if you were to try and go and be Eric Andre without a camera, you would just be a crazy person.
Yeah, but in this case, Cody's more like Winston from New Girl, leaving breadcrumbs by my car tires. How'd they get there?
I actually found the scene.
Oh, you did?
Oh, look! Mike did what Keith couldn't do. Yeah, I don't know about the short hair, Judith. I don't know about that. It'd be ironic if that is a wig and they couldn't give Casey a wig.
Yeah, right.
She tells her, "You and I are basically the same person" in that clip. That is
passing the torch.
Oh man, it's amazing. It's amazing. Such great cameo stuff. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Don't you love it, audience?
Apparently the 4 turtle actors, I think we talked about it last time. Keith, correct me if I'm wrong. How the Turtles actors hated like shooting this because they were treated so miserably.
Yeah, they weren't like allowed on the press tour or given like overtime pay or something. They were trying to like skirt certain union laws.
Yeah, exactly. Paramount tried to tempt the flames apparently because they were they were threatening to try and get out of it. So they tempted them with the promise of profit sharing, but ultimately reneged on that too.
Surprise, surprise.
This was before the Ellisons.
Yeah,
this is before the Ellisons too. It's crazy.
But yeah, this was planned for a 3-movie trilogy. Because all trilogies are 3 movies.
Yeah.
I personally like the 4-movie trilogy.
Yeah. Do you guys
rare 4-movie trilogy?
Do you guys think that contract thing is why they had that family that won that stay like instead?
Oh, okay. So if you have it, there's a promo video out there of like they did a contest and like a lucky family would stay in like a recreation of like the sewer lair as like a hotel room and stuff and they were going to get a visit by one of the actors and like they're doing the interview with this family and it's like you can tell they don't care, they don't know anything about turtles, they're just like it almost seems like they just entered the contest because it was a contest and it's like hey they won, cool. And it's such an awkward video because like Will Arnett is the only star from the movie that shows up.
Yeah, like they're like a star will come, and that's all they say, right?
They clearly don't know.
I don't think it would have mattered. Like I don't think any star would have made a difference. And Will Arnett is the best possible outcome for like making it not awkward, but
yeah, like can you imagine Stephen Amell doing this?
Hey guys, I just want to make detective.
Tony Shalhoub trying to
hang out
wild pizza.
For the record, I would love to meet Will Arnett. All right, but like,
I would too. I would not be as awkward as this entire family if
I probably would be just because I'm an awkward person. But like,
Well, really,
It seemed like
that's on them for not faking it. You know, like as the production company, you have to realize that like you got a random ass family, so like it's on you that like it
yeah,
sucks
they didn't
'cause it's
scream
like
or anything. Also, like the family didn't appear to know that they were going to be filmed when they got there. Like, there's a lot of things about it that were very
it's
odd.
kind of like hostage video vibes.
But then
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but then of
Honestly,
all
You're
the
allowed to leave though, right?
then of all the people from the Ninja Turtles movie that they get to meet, like the character, as far as the character he plays, is the guy who plays Vernon Fenwick. You know, like
Yeah.
Hey, he's the Falcon, okay? He's
the
the
Falcon.
goddamn
Falcon
Falcon.
Fenwick. Yeah.
You watch your fucking mouth over there, Spencer.
You watch
and
your
Stellan is
falcon mouth.
200.
All right.
God,
Any
video.
other seconds to time a
So,
round?
I just can't stop thinking about that video. It's so fun to watch because like Will Arnett, like he really makes the effort, and he's just getting nothing from the dad, from the mom, the kids. Like it's terrible.
It's funny. All right. Well, speaking of things that are terrible, are we ready to move on to anchovies?
Oh yeah.
No anchovies. You put anchovies on this thing and you're in big trouble, okay? I'm gonna let you know.
So I have never watched this movie in one sitting. I think I've had to like break it up each time, and it's because like the first half of this movie really is such a hard watch for me. It's just like pulling you with like exposition and new characters, and like it just chucks it at you, just full force, just flinging them at you. It's it's a tough watch. I don't know, like they try to throw in some like fun moments, but like it just this exposition is delivered to you with just this dialogue that is like, did they train chat GPT with this movie? Like
This was the
I don't
start
know.
of AI movies. Yeah, I remember that
Yeah,
being a thing.
I feel, I don't know. It's just it's such a rough watch for me. Like the first half of this movie is so hard for me to get through, and like I always get tired of it. I turn it off, and then when I come back to watch the next half, it does improve after that. So I will say that. But like they were trying so hard to include all these characters and to give them a spot in all of it and everything, that they just like threw in way too much all at once. Like I said, you're constantly getting introduced to new characters and having just, I don't know, it just feels like just things are just constantly happening. I don't know, like and I'm good at the fast pace, but like it just, some of it doesn't even feel like it has like any real direction. You know, like uh that first stop in the lair, and Splinter's like, and like Leo's talking about like being a failure as a leader, and like Splinter just kind of like rambles something or something like, oh, we failed, oh, and then just like moves on. It just doesn't feel like there's any impact for that moment. It doesn't feel like, other than like Leo is tough on himself, I guess. I don't know, like it just
It very much follows that like Platinum Dunes blueprint of like, we have 3 action sequences we want to do, and just kind of fill in between that. And that's why the second half feels better, because the Brazil fight happens in like the last quarter of the movie, and then there's also the final fight after that. Whereas in the beginning, you get one street fight, and then there's like nothing. This is a long movie. It's like 2-hour movie, 2-hour kids movie. There's a long stretch where there's just like nothing happening.
Because they try to inject that drama of like the turtles like wanting to be accepted, and there's that whole subplot line of like the ooze can turn them into humans, which, let's sidetrack for a second. The fucking ooze unlocks the inherent animal DNA.
Oh yeah,
human has.
I think
stupid
Michael Bay movies kind of do this, where they just like, they throw out a line that sounds cool, and was maybe an idea when they were like in the writing room riffing in something, and they leave it in the movie, and it's of inconsequence. And like the other example from another franchise is like the Transformers movie. I think it's the second one when they're like, only a Prime can kill a Prime, and then Megatron kills Optimus Prime, and it's like, oh, is Megatron a Prime? Like, what does that mean
I think
for him and their history? And it doesn't matter whatsoever. And like this is the same way where it's like suddenly the atmosphere in the Technodrome is toxic to humans, even though Shredder was there. Like the second scene in this movie, no problem. Suddenly, it's a different atmosphere. Only the turtles can breathe this, apparently, because they have a different cardiovascular system, even though their system is also geared to breathe oxygen. And then Donatello knows, like, if they only take one sip, it'll only transform the outside of them and not the inside of them. And all that is of no consequence because Raphael breaks the vial. Not even like just not using it. He has to break it dramatically after getting mad at Leo that Leo didn't let them make a decision about using the ooze, and then Raft went ahead and made the decision to break the whole thing. Like the whole thing's fucking stupid. It's convoluted nonsense.
Yeah, like it's like it's trying to inject drama. It doesn't work. The only thing that works, in my opinion, is like them genuinely being scared because the cops like pull all their guns on them
No, that doesn't make any sense at all because they're bulletproof.
Well, but I mean, like the fact that like, hey, like, we're trying to do the right thing, and you guys are like pointing your guns at us and not the foot soldiers. Like, that's how I read it. But
and then Casey and April. Yeah, and then Casey and April jump in front of the police as if the police would suddenly not just shoot those people too.
yeah, exactly.
To be fair, like Katie doesn't know they're bulletproof, but Megan Fox, April O'Neil does.
Yeah.
So.
I find it funny when they jump in front of the cops, like, oh, they won't shoot humans. It's like, no, you guys have also broken into the police station, and also they're cops. They'll probably just shoot you too.
Also,
I don't know.
Well, I mean, this is also like this was years ago, and it's also a movie that most people in like popular culture aren't assuming cops are murdering lunatics.
Yeah, fair
they're
enough.
treating cops like they're actually good people.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, a lot of cops are, but
yeah, no, that's fair. I guess I am making some cop jokes there at the expense of cops, but
you're allowed to, Spencer. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. Speaking of references to the last movie, so they go to a Knicks game, and now they can't go back because they dropped pizza on the court. They're like, how are we going to watch the games? But the end of the last movie, Donatello mentioned specifically in the party van that he got the 42-inch TV with the NBA package. So they can watch the NBA, no problem.
Well, but I mean, there's home games, away games. You still need the package. You can't see every NBA game at this Madison Square Garden, Keith.
I feel like we're saying the same thing. They can watch on TV at home. Yeah.
No, but they don't. They'd want to see home games. They'd want to be there. But what if they want to watch a Bulls game when they're not playing the Knicks?
Then they would watch on the NBA package.
Yeah, but they would still want to go into the studio.
It was just a weird thing I noticed. Okay, well, let's go back. So I'm jumping to the end of the movie where the turtles suddenly need a police transport to get to the top of the Chrysler building. Keep in mind that this movie opens with them on top of the Chrysler building. They're in court. Like, why they need the cops now doesn't make any sense. But also, the cops are going to escort them out. They're all pointing guns at them. It's like, what are we doing here? Why is this happening at all? Can't they just like go up to the Chrysler building, no problem? Why do they need a police escort at all?
I think that was only because it was daytime now.
They've been out in the day before.
No, but they don't want to cause a ruckus or a stir.
Yeah.
They want to do it above board, and they're friends with the cops. Yeah. What the fuck that was? You ever have a burp that goes like down? your body betrays you.
No.
That's the internet's trying to stop you from arguing this point, is what that is. But I mean, the one time you would want to go up top side is when there's a bunch of metal alien parts flying across the city, and we see everyone is looking up. Like they take that angle down the street, everyone's looking up. Now's the time to sneak around and go up a building. Like,
No, you're not wrong.
yeah.
Like,
And it's going like in the building right above them that's like 6 stories high. Like, just jump up there. Like, why do you have to go all the way up to the
You know,
Chrysler building? There's a lot of things about it that just don't make any sense.
yeah.
Well,
we
also,
know
like,
they have like
it's not
grappling
like
hooks,
they
so
don't
you could've,
climb
like,
on the
jumped
outside
on
of buildings. They're not like climbing buildings to get to the top. Seemingly, they're starting from like smaller buildings and they're going rooftop to rooftop, so it would take some time. So the quickest way is probably to have the police escort instead of them being like, "Look, we need to backtrack 2 miles to progressively hop on buildings that are tall enough to get to that one." Because they're
So
not
when
like
when they come out of the sewer, they're in
they're
an
not like
alley.
rock climbing up the Chrysler building.
How do you think they got there in
Seemingly.
the beginning of this movie?
They jumped from a higher building and then they rock
Higher than the
climbed
Chrysler building?
the last like tenth of it, but they didn't start at the ground floor and fucking rock climb their way up.
I'm also saying that when they pop out of the sewer, they're standing by 2 buildings. Parts of the Technodrome are hitting the buildings that are right above them. Like, why not just jump on the parts there and ride it to the Technodrome?
Yeah, because we know they have like grappling hooks. So it's like
Also, not only do they have grappling hooks, Michelangelo has a flying skateboard.
Which he does use to fly.
Yes, exactly. Get more of those. Like,
well, they do have more of those.
You can't just flying skateboards don't just grow on trees, Keith.
Well, but
Donnie
later
only
on,
had the materials for one, and then he blew the rest on the van.
later on in the movie, though, they had all
of them
skateboards
are made of wood and therefore do grow on trees. Go ahead, Spencer.
Oh, well, there was a scene. There's a
Not
scene
the
later.
trunks. Not the trunks, you smug bastard.
I think after they destroyed the Technodrome, I think that they actually did like jump on. I think they all had them at the end at some point, or maybe they used them to get onto the
Because Donnie was
Technodrome.
holding out on him because Donnie's an asshole. I mean, he thought they finally earned it.
Well, how did they get back off the Technodrome? I'm trying to remember.
No, they just ride one of the pieces down because the pieces
Well, the
are all
pieces fly into the portal.
Yeah, and so they just kind of ride one down a little bit and jump off of it. Because that's when like Leo's like, oh, like, hey, that's our stop, and they jump jump from the piece onto the building.
Okay. Also, speaking of the portal that it flies back into, there's a big deal made about like we got to get the beacon through the portal, and only then shut the portal down. They get the beacon, and they're like, shut down the portal now. The portal stays open long enough for the entire Technodrome to get back through it. It's like, so the timing wasn't really an issue then, was it? Just poor writing is the issue.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wrap things up with my other complaint is like DC Jones in general, like
awful.
Like him just like being like a corrections officer, but like it going from like that to like the whole scene, right? Where again, like this is sort of just that pummeling delivery of exposition where it's like stilted and super forced. The police chief is just like, all right, Jones, and he's like, that's Officer Jones. And one day I'm gonna be a detective.
Right, we gotta talk about it.
Just like randomly, just like screaming it out there, like at this police chief, like,
gee. Well, she's not the police chief. She's like special, like investigations or something.
Whatever she is, at the end of the day, it's just like him, just like it's like forcing the exposition is why, right? Like we got to get this. We have to have this subplot of for some reason, like we couldn't. It has to be this, right? It has to be that he wants to be a detective someday. Like, where did the idea come?
He brings up like 2 or 3 more times. He does it like when they're being interrogated, and I think right after they get interrogated or something. Like
he's like, I'm in a detective school or whatever it is.
Oh, I'm just waiting for the applications to open. All I've ever wanted.
I think that's worse. That's the worse line than I'm gonna be a detective someday. Is that I'm just like the defeated. I'm just waiting for the application to go through, or like something like. And the way she looks at him afterwards, she's like, "Yeah, a good luck." Yeah, lady, I agree. Fuck that guy. He's fucking weird.
So
even
I don't think this. Sorry,
go ahead.
you can go on, Keith. I was gonna say like I don't think this is a good Casey Jones. like obviously. But, and there's nowhere else to talk about this except now, people do scoff at like Casey Jones being a cop or whatever. I would argue it's very on brand, because if you're a dumb meathead asshole, what jobs are open to you? Cops, corrections officers, like there's the trades, which Spencer can represent.
Working
but
in
really,
insurance,
it's perfectly
hotel,
on
building.
brand. If you're like a violent jackass meathead, you would become a cop. Like it makes, in many ways, it makes total sense.
Much like how the Punisher should be a cop.
Well, in some versions, he's like kind of like an ex-cop, isn't he? Isn't in like the current Marvel Punisher?
He's an ex-Marine.
Oh, ex-Marine. Same difference. You join the military. Like, to be like in a current modern era, dumb meathead thumbs, which Casey is, you're very likely to become a cop. So I'm just saying, like, people who are like Casey Jones could never be a cop. It makes a lot of sense. And at this point, he's a shitty cop, so he's like a failed cop. So it does set up perfectly for him be just like an at-home vigilante loser because he can't be a cop.
It's not so much the
Though
cop
he's
thing.
successful in this movie, the way this movie succeeds or whatever, that's a different part of it. But on the surface level, there's no reason you can't take Casey Jones trying to be a cop because he's a dumb asshole and also fucking it up, and then he just goes after that. Like there's a world you can make that storyline.
And I can see what you're saying. For me, it's just the weird like detective thing that they just like latch onto this character that goes nowhere, that like doesn't like.
Well, I mean, that's if you're a cop, that's the only dream you have, to break free of a shit cop work and to be a cool detective.
He doesn't even get like a reward at the end of the movie, like hey Jones, like we'll accept your application or something. Like he doesn't even get that at the end of the movie. Like so,
because they know he's a dumb asshole couch breaker. They can't let him in.
Right.
They're like, that's never going to happen, buddy.
Annoying. I think it's also fucking annoying how like he parks his car in the middle of like all the other police cars, and the way he like after throwing his fit, he like tears out of there, and like the other police car has to like hurry get out of the way so he can get through. Like what an asshole, man.
It is interesting,
and
though.
he's also like the only like personal car parked in there.
Yeah,
everyone else is parked outside,
which is on brand for Casey being a dumb.
Very
asshole.
much like just don't. This movie was not made to be thought about. Interesting to note, though. I just thought of this. If you read The Unmentionables, and there's a short story, Casey Jones' Private Eye. Both of those, he wants to be a detective. He wants to be like a private eye.
He's pretending to be one.
Yeah, but like Private Eye. That's not a man on force.
Yeah. For me, even beyond the I just want to make detective, I just need to fill out my forms bullshit, is this leans towards Casey Jones being a hockey-based superhero.
Oh yeah,
I hate that.
Me too.
And the way I remember my buddy AJ, if you're listening, I hope you're. AJ is short, of course, for Antonio Geronimo. If you're listening, I hope you remember this conversation we had in the student union at the university. He's like, "Is that movie any good?" I'm like, "Well, there's a long sequence of Casey Jones fighting Bebop and Rocksteady." He's like, "Oh, that sounds badass." I'm like, "Yeah, it does. It sounds really badass." Casey Jones also stops in the middle of the fight to find inline skate, just the wheels, and then duct tape them to his feet using duct tape that he found on office furniture so that he can go faster against them. He's like, "That's the dumbest fucking thing I've heard." I'm like, "Yeah, it is the dumbest fucking thing you've heard." That's this movie in like a single scene. If I could describe the entire movie, it's like that logic expanded across an hour and 52 minutes.
That's the thing though, right? Like hockey is his superpower, right? That's the problem. Like it's the fact that like he can't fight, he can't do anything unless like he's got a hockey stick in his hands or skates on his feet. Like
it's the perfect slap shot when he's saving April and he knocks all these guys right in the head immediately, or like he's got the grenade and Bebop and Rocksteady are like 48 inches away from him and he has to toss it up and hit it with the whatever the fuck he found that was shaped like a hockey stick. I don't even know what that thing was. Like piece of
he had to find something shaped like a hockey stick though to be able to fight Bebop and Rocksteady.
Like Bebop even makes fun of him for it.
And he's running around body checking people like a hockey player, like when he isn't slapping pucks off the ground at them. So him putting the puck on the ground and then slap shotting it at these guys.
And having like 8 pucks just on hand in case. Yeah.
You know, so when he's not doing that,
Also-
he has to body check them, specifically has to hockey body check them, just charge into them. There's no swinging swinging the hockey stick at them.
They give him a mask. It's massive. It looks very.
I was gonna say
very bad,
also
in my
like
opinion.
just one of the worst Casey.
And then like he doesn't wear it at all because she can't hear him, which like the mask has holes so that you can hear the goalie. Like I don't know why. Stephen Amell must wanted to have his face on everything, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, like his voice wouldn't have been that, but like just a massive. I mean, he like you're right. Like he's purely hockey based, so he never has like the golf bag or like other sticks. It's literally just the hockey stick, and then the other stick he finds like in the warehouse.
Mm-hmm. But it's just one of those things where I just feel like, I don't know, they fundamentally misunderstand Casey Jones.
I argue like there's parts where I'm like, okay, like this seems like something Casey would do, like the going crazy in the bar, like crazy interrogating the guy. But everything else about Casey in this movie is just kind of like, God, I hate it.
It's just the thing where it's like he's a guy that
more I just don't like. It's more I just don't like Stephen Amell as Casey.
Damn, it's personal for Mike.
It is.
See, I don't know. Maybe if you gave this movie a different script, you know, and a bunch of different things, like it's just, again, like my problems are like the hockey being his superpower thing. It's like Casey Jones is a guy that beats people up by smacking them with baseball bats and hockey sticks. Like he uses sports equipment as a club, basically, like to go out.
Well,
and
I mean, he
people
was like in the original movies, he was like a hockey player who got injured. So like leaning on his hockey stuff is fair.
He was, but I just
it goes into superpower territory.
It's just when it gets like way too hard into like everything specifically just being hockey. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, he hockey body checks all these people. He slaps pucks off the ground at people. Like
this is before he got into other sports. He didn't after he gets rejected for being a detective, he starts drinking, he starts watching TV, he sees cricket.
He learns what a crumpet is.
He falls in love with cricket. That's where he slowly, this is his origin story. This is the good years.
It's just going like too far with the, I don't know, like too far with the theme.
Really, what do you have against hockey? Like, when did hockey hurt you?
I don't have anything against hockey. Again, it's just hockey being his superpower. Like it's my superpower is hockey. Instead of I am a guy that can fight and I decide to just use random pieces of sports equipment to smack people with, you know.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Duct taping wheels to your shoes, where it gets a little like,
the duct taping wheels to the shoes. The fact that you can't fight anybody, no punches are thrown or anything, until he finds a hockey stick like a thing shaped exactly like a hockey stick to use, right? Like it's.
I think 2012 Casey has hockey. He has roller skates, doesn't he?
Yeah, they pop out of his shoes, which.
So they're like Heelys.
No, they're much lamer than that. It's like
they're full
blades that come. Yeah, full 5 wheels come out of the center of his foot.
Wolverine, but wheels. Yeah. Wolverine.
Yeah. Wolverine. So that fight with the wheels is against Bebop and Rocksteady, who I feel like look and are acted like they're well cast. And they look the part. But and Cody, you said this in our group chat. They are like the fattest, gross out nonsense. Like I don't like them at all.
Yeah, like I don't mind because they are dumb jackasses. That's on brand. But like what specifically bugs me is like they get like the slop bucket of spaghetti. Which where the fuck are you getting that much spaghetti? Why?
Yeah, that was gross.
Why are you like, hey, we got you a metal barrel full of spaghetti? It's like, what are you fucking talking about? Like who was like, hey, we need to get like 800 pounds of spaghetti and put it in a fucking metal barrel. It's like, you could just give him a fucking pizza. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
Yeah.
that aside, but it's like, and like there's one scene where it's like he's walking, and I forget which one. It's probably both of them. They have like, you can see like the blubber moving. I hate that shit. It's partly because I think the IDW designs are so vastly superior, where it's like Bebop is actually pretty like svelte. He has like skinny legs, and like he's like a cool looking dude. Like, at least that version of him with that art. I forget which artist, right? And then Rocksteady is nice, and like he's built and ripped, and they're dumb jackasses, but you can also very much feel like, oh, these guys are really scary. This one, there's a little bit of that, but they're just like fucking gross. Like, they're just
Yeah.
like you. I'm more afraid they're gonna like fart on me than kill
Well, they
me.
do. Like,
You know?
Bebop or Rocksteady farts in his hand and throws it at Bebop. And there's that part where they're like
Yeah.
looking at their dicks and stuff. It's like, what are we doing?
I mean,
here?
to be fair, wouldn't you after being mutated?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Not in a kids
Like,
movie though.
It's
That's
on
the other thing with
brand,
this.
but it's like they went too far making them like kind of like the gross out humor. Like, look how
Yeah.
slobby these fat slobs are, and that it just grosses me out. So it's like, you succeeded, and I want to kill them both.
Yeah. They're also like, they're not at all a threat to the Ninja Turtles. Like, Raph picks one up and throws them, no problem.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's also the problem when your turtles are fucking like 9 feet tall,
Yeah.
Super Hulks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think that's a big thing. I don't like. It's like the Bebop and Rocksteady should be a threat, just the two of them, to the turtles, and it's like, you're right. How can they when they're already like 8 feet tall?
Yeah.
And huge.
Yeah, because like that's the other thing. One of my other anchovies, the turtles being so big, which is a carryover anchovy from the first movie, it makes them even more of a legit public threat, you know? Because like, it's one thing if you're a short turtle and it's like, oh god, there's a freaky turtle man, but when you're like, yo, I'm a turtle mutant, I'm 9 feet tall and I'm ripped as hell, any normal person would be like, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
We don't need you running around like lunatics. We need to do something about this. There's no part of you that wants to be like, we should let them live their lives. And it's like, no, we shouldn't.
Cody, you went through all that. You didn't even get to the part where they have swords.
Yeah, like that's even before their weapons. Like when they have, you're just like, no, there's no person who's like, you know what? We have been too harsh on these things. Like, no, they're a huge, like, of course everyone's freaking out.
I would think we were being too harsh on. Leave them be.
No.
Yeah.
No, like they kick down your door and they're like, they save you, and then like they're so big they like break the whole frame.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone kicking down my door, they don't have to be 9 feet tall.
And your couch. God, who do they think they are? Casey Jones?
Yeah. Yeah, like the size, that is a huge problem because like nothing's a threat to these turtles, which is like, I never looked further into it, but I don't know what they were thinking making them so damn huge. Because it makes filming more complicated. It just like, it does nothing but cause problems. So it's like, who thought that was like a great idea? What is wrong with y'all?
Have you ever seen the behind the scenes picture of like them? I think it's like Alan Richardson in his motion capture.
Turtles in disguise.
Yeah, and it's like
because they were gonna do like the trench coats.
Yeah, he's standing next to like Megan Fox, and he's just like this hulking 7-foot motion capture thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's insane. Like it breaks the whole movie for me, like because it makes it like too ridiculous.
Yeah.
What?
The
Ninja Turtles movie is too ridiculous?
No, which is it's a stupid thing to say, and I have a different point to make about the movie. But it's like the turtles are already ridiculous enough when they're 5 to 6 feet tall, but when you're like, nah, maybe they're 8 feet tall, and it's like, and we have like a bunch of shit on them, like it's weird. It was a weird choice to make.
Man, I'm going back to just like thinking about my like exposition flying at you a million miles an hour. Yeah, like Shredder like goes through a portal when he's getting abducted. Well, when he's getting like freed from prison, and then suddenly he just runs into Krang, who's just like, "Hey, I'll take care of your problem if you take care of mine." And they're just like, "Deal." And it's like, why do you pick Shredder? Like, what?
Well, because isn't the implication like Baxter Stockman portaled him out, but they got it wrong, so maybe even Krang like overrode the portal and pulled him there on purpose. Because Krang knows everything about him.
Krang overrides the portal to get Shredder.
Yeah.
Sends it back afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, because Krang knows about everybody and like he knows the deal. It's not just some like a random happenstance. Though it does like in the movie it's weird because they don't like fully.
Yeah, they don't
spell
do a good
that
job
out necessarily.
And
I mean, they do explain it, right? Like Krang intentionally brought him there, but just the fact that he's just like, you help me take over the world, and I'll kill the turtles, and then Shredder's just like, deal, and it just moves on. He's just he's out of there, and we don't see Krang again until the very end of the movie.
It's also unclear, like, why are Bebop and Rocksteady working for Shredder? Like, what are they getting out of it?
Well, originally he was like trying to kill him.
In the bar,
right?
they were talking about how much they admire him and they want to be in a gang, and
they're talking about
that's
how much
also like
the
from
truck.
like the IDW comics and stuff too, where it's like they want to.
Which also like another thing that's kind of annoying is like after Shredder mutates them, he's walking through like the headquarters with Karai, and she's like, we'll gather some troops to go with you. And he's like, I'm going to be taking the next generation of specially trained. And it's like Bebop and Rock eating. And it's like, why would this Shredder specific?
Yeah.
Like even 87 Shredder knew they were stupid before he mutated.
Well, also like
it's true.
He's like, this is too important to send the troops. I'm gonna go get the piece. And then when it comes to the one in Brazil, he's like, nah, you two got it. I'll just stay back.
Which, granted, they got it. Like, like they did exactly what they were supposed to do. But
to be fair, when you have Freako turtles, the only two who can actually take them on do become those two idiots. So
but they can't take them on.
But like they're the only ones who can possibly take them on. So it's like they writ themselves into that corner where it's like, what's bigger than the 9 foot tall guys? These other 9 foot tall guys.
Right. Even more 9 feet tall.
it's a height creep. It's an arms race.
I'm sure we got more anchovies, but
I could pile them on, but I'm good. I mean, Karai, they did Karai dirty with these movies. We'll say that.
Karai dirty 2 times. I think she has more lines in this movie, but even then,
the rare double dirty. Cody, you said you had something else to mention, right?
Yeah, here's my stunning point. Okay. So this is a bad movie. Most turtle movies are also bad. Is it a bad turtle movie? I'm going to argue no, because if you take the average Jackass cartoon episode, specifically, like if you want to be very most fair, if you took 87 and translated it into a live action movie, it's exactly this bad. So in some ways, they made a perfect adaptation of Turtles because it's accurately shitty and terrible, badly written, weird shit happens for no reason, and it's dumb as hell. So like in many ways, this is the perfect 100% translation of what a Turtles cartoon would be in live action.
This is a Dade Wise episode, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, is it too long? Sure. But really, when people are like, I want the 87 series in live action, it's like, this is the kind of dumb bullshit that it is. So it's like, you don't actually want that. So I've always argued people should love this movie more if they actually are a true fan of, like, the Turtle cartoons.
Agreed.
It is also, like, less convoluted or maybe just differently convoluted than the first one. I don't know.
Well, because the first one, the main plot is not Shredder, which they should have stuck with human Eric Sachs Shredder. I'll Also Die on That Hill. That would have been a better Shredder for these movies because he was actually compelling. Because it's like
he was releasing a gas that had poison in it or something, and
it was like going to mutate everyone or some stuff.
No, it was going to kill everyone. He was going to sell.
Oh, the mutagen was going to like sell the cure. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's going to develop a cure from the mutagen. Use that. Yeah.
Which guys. So now we have 2 mutagens that do almost exactly the same thing.
Yes.
Oh, I did also hate how dumb because they couldn't just make like a mutagen canister. They had to make it like an alien one. And then Baxter Stockman, it immediately ports into his stuff, which all his machine really does is just transfer the mutagen to like different vials.
Yeah.
But it's like you have this whole bullshit setup to do that where you could have like dun da da dun da da.
No one saw it, but Cody pantomime pouring beakers into other beakers.
Yeah, it's just like that's exactly what. Like you had a machine ready. Like what the fuck are we talking about here? Like you knew the ooze was like, but it annoyed me that they had to make it like an alien-ish, which it makes sense. But it's like you could just do a ooze canister. Like you don't.
Yeah, Krang could just hand him a vial of ooze, and it's exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
Does not
Ooh.
You went out. I don't know if it. Apparently, it's
yeah,
not
you can't. We can't understand you, Mike. It's
You went all robot-y.
Everything you said was unintelligible.
Okay.
I think you were trying to say you hate to say it about something.
Okay, can
you
you hear me now?
He hates to say it so much he's not saying it.
Yeah, now you can say it. You can be unintelligible now, but with a human voice.
So, so like what I hate about it is that like the vial doesn't match like the design of anything Krang in the movie. Like it's so weirdly alien, and like everything about Krang's like aesthetic is like, you know, dirty robot man. Like aesthetically, the two don't go together. His Weather Dominator, though, like it looks like that, but then like that technology doesn't look like his. So
do we know why
that was old stuff? He lost the Weather Dominator years ago.
He launched it at Earth for unspecified reasons.
Like he was gonna like take over the planet, but he wasn't intending it to like break up or something. Wasn't that it?
The whole thing doesn't make a lick of sense. Like, because the one thing you wouldn't jettison from your ship is the thing that teleports everything, right? You would teleport it, right? I don't know.
Maybe he didn't account for weight. Maybe he doesn't have, you know, like the atmospheric burn in him. He needs to break it up.
There's a lot about it. Doesn't make any sense.
All right.
Are we ready? Let's move on to what we liked, maybe.
Oh, I love being a turtle.
So speaking of the Weather Dominator, I love how a piece of it they put in the most alien-looking artifact you could possibly ever have is just sitting in a museum, and like humanity didn't realize that it's clearly like the coolest alien thing ever.
Yeah.
Like you never do anything with it. It's not even clear that it's even part of any exhibit. It's just sitting in the middle of this room.
I think some grad art student found it, was like, I sculpted this.
And like all it took for Shredder to unlock it was to like press the very obvious key, like lever down or whatever. It's like
first they had to like ram it with Rocksteady for some fucking reason.
And like then break it up or whatever.
Yeah.
I just love the idea that nobody, like, it wasn't the hugest discovery ever. Like, oh, that's clearly an alien spaceship thing. They're just like, it's a big old lump of thing. Let's put it
It looks pretty cool. Let's throw it in a museum. You know?
We don't know what it is.
Whoa!
Look at the
platform. Yeah.
I think people are gonna pay to look at this.
Yeah. Look at this rock. I did like this movie. We mentioned this last time because I tried to Mandela effect myself, but this is the one that opens with the shurikens for the Paramount stars, which is a cool touch.
Oh yeah, that is a cool.
I really do like.
Go ahead, Mike. I said go ahead, Mike, but he might have dropped.
Thank you.
Well, okay. Well, I'll go then. I do think this movie is better because it's less of an April O'Neil movie. Like we get more of the Turtles and Vernon and the other characters. I also think the Turtles, they got a little bit of a redesign in this. Like their bodies are still super weird and everything, but they have slightly less shit just all over them, which is nice. Barring like Donatello having a Super Nintendo controller for some fucking reason.
Wasn't it like the Power Glove?
No,
What
it's
if he has
a
the
controller. It's literally
he has a controller on him for some reason. And I think it's cool. They never use them, which is kind of an anchovy of mine, but they all have like a police radio attached to them to stay in communication. I wish they had used that. But...
Leo especially has less shit.
Yeah.
Much.
None of the armor or anything. And Michelangelo, they gave him his gold chain back. He had a puka shell necklace. They changed it at the last minute for the last movie.
Yeah. I really like the dynamic between the turtles in this movie. Like, I still think like this is actually one of the better interpretations of them, like kind of being annoying brothers to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's very few iterations actually capture that part. They do that part really, really well, actually. And because they also feel like idiot teenagers, even though they look not like it at all.
Yeah, I think we said it last time. Like they got very, very good actors to portray them. I also think like Will Arnett's doing great. Megan Fox, even though she's in it less, she's doing good with what she's got. Bebop and Rocksteady, Seamus and Anthony Williams. Anthony Williams. There we go. They're doing great. I think they're like perfectly cast for the roles. I think the standout to me though is Tyler Perry. I think he's doing great as Baxter Stockman because he's like he's doing like super confident genius Baxter Stockman, but he's also got this like weird incel thing going on, and I think it works really well. I would have liked to see him in the next movie as the villain. I think he did really great.
Yeah, like when he's getting locked up in the car, when Shredder says take him to our castle in Tokyo or whatever, and he's like, no, he's like, you're ruining my legend, and I'm like, man, that's such a Baxter Stockman line. Yeah. Like I think it sucks that like 2 times in a row we've had good Baxter Stockmans robbed from, like between this and Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, that's true. Baxter can't catch a break.
There's also
I do really like Mikey in this movie. I think it's a fun Mikey.
He's much less terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I like him in the first movie too, actually. Because also, like, teenagers are horny idiots, so like, why not? The first girl you talk to, it's the same thing. How like people fall in love with their coworkers, you know, because it's just like you're around them all the time, so you're like, oh, this is the greatest. This is the one, you know. No, I like that, but yeah, I think like it's a really fun Mikey.
Yeah, I really like the part where he says, they're tracking Bebop and Rocksteady, and like they're in Brazil going whatever 420 knots an hour or whatever, and he's like, they achieved the power of flight for them. I'm like, such a good bit.
But speaking of
that Will Arnett ripping that cord all the way around the room, like those two.
Yeah, he finds it.
Every
it's
single
just
time.
like in the little panel he could have opened.
God,
it's so good. It's such a good bit.
But the entire Brazil scene is
very much like the snowy mountain from the last one. Like that's the
in general, all the action scenes, like well, not all, but the majority of action scenes in this movie are awesome. You know, like even just like those ninjas like running out of the building with the U's and they're like beating up the cops and doing flips and stuff. Like the stunt guys are doing cool stuff. You know, you have the whole Brazil fight set up, you know, everything that's going on there. You have this tank in a plane falling and going to a river and, you know,
really cool.
shooting shooting things off and stuff. You know, the
You can
whole
really tell
like
this is
end
an
fight
action
with
movie
Krang.
because no one character moves from point A to B without doing like at least one flip.
Yeah.
As I was watching, every time they
I would,
move, like even they're standing around in the sewer talking, and but Raph's like up doing sit ups, and he has to like jump and flip and land. You can't just like
Yeah.
get down. Like every time any of them move, they're flipping. Those stunt
am
doubles
I
were
the only
doing.
person when I see that stuff? I always just think how tired you'd actually be.
Oh yeah, you'd be
Like, have you ever
exhausted.
tried randomly doing a cartwheel and you're like, I'm good for the day, folks.
Yeah.
I can't really move after this. Like,
No, I have to walk up.
Well, my no,
I have to
don't do
walk
it.
up upwards of like 12 stairs. I'm like, oh god, 12 steps.
I just
Come on.
imagine like always in fights too when they're like you're flipping and flopping around. After like 2 minutes, you're like, okay, let's stop. Like even like
Yeah.
there's no way like even peak physical condition turtles wouldn't just be like, this is too much.
Yeah, yeah. They never drink water, from what I can tell. So
They're like camels. They just have it in their shell.
it's the big hump back there, right?
I love like the jumping out of the plane sequence and like Ruff's, like just absolutely being scared. Like, what would Vin Diesel do? Is such a yourself up fun. I say that every now and then, like to myself. It's funny. It's like it's exactly what Raph would say to himself.
Yeah.
Have any of you gone skydiving?
No.
It is weird because like you go in the plane and a lot of people think the plane ride is scary, but it's actually not. Even though you're in like a rickety piece of shit, it feels like the most rickety plane you could ever be in. But like that's fine. But there's a weird moment where it's like they ask you to like go to the ledge, and there's such a weird like mind-bending terror because your body is like, you should not do this, and like you're strapped to a guy's back in my case, or the guy's strapped to your back and he's like forcing you along, and your feet hit the ledge, and you're just like, you almost do like the kid thing where you dig in your heels and you're like, no, no. So it's like I'm very much identify with that terror because there's a weird like it clicks in your brain like I'm fucking terrified.
Yeah. There's no reason to jump out of a perfectly good plane. So.
There's not. But you should go skydiving because it's cool. It's cool.
No, thank you. Hard
It's
pass.
way
The hardest
fun.
of passes.
It's fun.
My wife's favorite part though of the movie, and she came back into the room because she heard it coming. Is when Bebop and Rocksteady can mutate it, and they're like looking at it like, oh, like what are you? Oh, you're a rhinoceros, and he's like, I don't know. Bebop's like, I'm a little picky, and that's like that's her favorite line for some reason.
I'm a little piggy.
Yeah. I'm a little picky. But like, God, I love Gary Anthony. Like, it's such perfect casting. Like, the gross stuff aside, like, I genuinely love these two as Bebop.
Yeah, I think given better material, they would have knocked it out of the park. But
I would love to see him come back to be like Bebop again. Like even in his human form, he was so much fun. Like Bebop with the popping of the P is such a good like thing no other Bebop is.
Yeah.
Apparently his name was Anton Zek too. Like they carried that over from 2012.
There you go. I think you're cutting out more, Mike. But
he is, yeah.
What about you, Spencer? I think we've heard from everyone else.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like the action scenes. The action scenes are great.
Oh yeah.
And that's basically it for me on this one.
Yeah, it very much is like a popcorn movie. Like, and I always thought this was the better of the two. And I think if you're not paying attention to the movies, this is definitely the better of the two. But they're still, again, they're both terrible. So
I think the first one has a more cohesive plot, even though it has problems because they switched who the Shredder was supposed to be and things like that. I see it as a more cohesive movie, and it doesn't pummel you with exposition for the entire first half of the movie the way this one does. And this one's dialogue, I don't know. We're not in that section anymore, but it's just more cringy to me. There's something about it that just feels very like Next Mutation-y in the way everyone's talking. Everything is very like
You shut up. You shut up. You're talking.
everything is very
No,
camped
one of my favorite parts is when Raph is like, "Pop quiz. What's the 3 most virtuous things a ninja can do?" or whatever the fuck he says. And it's like a very pretentious and like over the top. Yeah,
it feels very Next Mutation, like this, the dialogue and everything. Like it's very, I don't know. There's like an extra level of camp added to it, is what it feels like. Which I mean, granted, like if you love like the '90s movies and Next Mutation, in my opinion, like I can see why like that would carry over and feel maybe more like normal Turtles. But
yeah, I
it
truly
doesn't work
like.
for me.
Yeah, I don't think this is necessarily any more campy or shitty in that way than the other movies. I think if people are being honest, like obviously, like one is a high mark for many reasons, just because that they did a lot of things really well. But once you get out of that, like this really isn't any more terrible than most TMNT movies.
I don't know. Again, like my issues with like the first half of the movie, basically.
Well, yeah,
You
it's
know,
still a
like
bad
this,
movie. It's still a bad
yeah.
movie, but there's most. Let's even let's be real honest. Like most Marvel movies are bad movies by actual like standard. You know, like they can be perfectly watchable and more fun than others, but like none of them are like Citizen Kane, which is a stupid
I mean,
example.
yeah,
I've never even seen that
yeah.
one, but like people are like, wow, that's an all-time great, fantastic movie. Like almost none of these kind of genre-ish movies ever touch that because they're just your butt in a seat and.
The franchise movies.
So I do think there's like a weirdly high standard, like because people like treat it as if it's like it's gonna, I don't know, whatever, like peak movie, um just fill in your head. People are like, oh, these movies are gonna be that, and it's like that's never gonna be the case. Like there's no world where you make a Turtles movie where you're just like, you know how you have those moments where you're just like sitting alone and you think of like some like horrible scene in a movie, or not horrible, but like some movie that like just sticks with you and you're like, damn, that's crazy. Like you're not sitting around like, man, when they pulled the Technodrome through that portal, I was really, what does that say about humanity? It's just never gonna happen.
It's not a movie that you find yourself like actually like thinking about it. You know, like
Yeah, like
it's
it's not
not
a
an
movie that like
intellectual
teaches
movie
you
for sure.
about your relationship with your father or something. You know, like, oh shit, like now I understand.
yeah. I mean, Splinter's barely in this, and even at one point they're like, "Why are you talking to Splinter?" Like,
I actually did like the later talk that Splinter has with Leo, where he talks about like being a leader means like that you need to like understand that everyone's going to be different, you know, and know how to like help them. But like being a good brother is accepting that, you know, like, that they're different from you, kind of thing. Like I was like, that actually, you know, that felt like a nugget of wisdom. That actually felt like wise and kind of smart and good. Maybe it was just mumbo jumbo. I don't know, but it feels good, you know. Like you'll stand here, like
yeah,
like that's actually some good advice.
Mumbo
And
perhaps, Jumbo
mumbo,
perhaps not.
yeah. But so I did like that. I did like that moment, that scene, and it did feel important to what they were actually, what was going on in the interpersonal drama with the turtles and their kind of divide and things.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else we need to say about this, guys?
That's all I got.
Just Will Arnett, star of the show.
I mean, yeah, like this is the best Vernon Fenwick for sure. Will Arnett is the best Vernon Fenwick.
It would be nice if he was more of like a smug asshole. You could hate, like Will Arnett is too lovable to be Vern, but
he does.
Other than that,
the best line though. Like they're like, "Why are we going with the turtles? When there's trouble, you want to be with the turtles." Like, but yeah, man, what a fun movie. Not good, but fun.
That is actually probably the perfect description. Yeah, it's not good, but it's fun. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I did like. I sorry, I do like how I have to say how stupid it is. how gloriously stupid. Like Krang in his own suit has to be like punched into it. Like he
Yeah.
can't. He can like
hardly
assemble
talk
a
about Krang.
technodrome through portals, but he can't like make his suit opening bigger.
Yeah.
We hardly talked about Krang at all. Like, but this is
Well, it's because he's
not-
hardly in the movie at all.
Yeah, he's early in the
It's a
movie.
cool Krang design. Like when he's like cranging out and he's doing like his crangy attachments. Like that's pretty cool.
That's fun. Yeah.
He's got
He's
like
got, the
the
big
ball
grappling
and
hook thing.
chain. Yeah.
Yeah, the ball and chain.
Mhm.
Krang's
All right,
married.
now-
Ouch.
Sorry. I had to make the joke
Damn.
about people calling their wives the old ball and chain.
Keith,
Mine
say-
isn't,
Keith,
but
yeah, we know what the joke is. Keith, take us into the news so we
Okay,
can get away
okay.
from that.
It's my 15-year anniversary today, so I know exactly what a ball and chain is.
This is April O'Neil of Channel 6.
Cody, what do we got for toys?
I didn't write anything down. Let's pull up. I'm going off memory. The Fortnite Turtles, I think was that last week or no? I forget the timing. But the Fortnite Turtles NECA not dropped, but they're coming up for pre-order in July or something. So they had like just one shot of the Fortnite Turtles. We don't really know much beyond that. They look really cool though. But they're teasing that out. Shredder, they did drop for pre-order. He's a surprising $30, which is pretty wild. He does come with the Krang back bling and then 2 sets of hands, and that's it. So technically a smaller accessory offering.
And an
But
emote.
Yeah, like apparently each of these figures will come with a digital code for that kind of stuff. Not
I remember when
exclusive.
DC did that a while back for like a skin, and like those things sold
Yeah.
out like crazy. So
This
Yeah.
okay, so the emote it comes with is the one that you would have gotten if you bought the Shredder bundle, like on the Fortnite shop. So you're not getting
so it's
anything new.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying if it's not something new because it's kind of stupid. Like if you're into Fortnite, you probably already have it. But I mean, it's cool.
But it's
I guess if
also
you don't.
it's also the only way to get it now that Shredder's not a shop rotation. So maybe there is value there.
Yeah, I guess that. But it looks really cool. Like I think it's a really solid Shredder design, and for $30, that's pretty wild. So, and apparently the Turtles, the original plan was like a 4-pack to Walmart, but the Turtles will be first to Target, and they haven't specifically said, but like other people have like roundabout confirmed, and maybe in interviews or whatnot. But it looks like these are split up as well. I'm hoping they come with some cool like Fortnite-y stuff, like potions or something neat, but I assume they won't.
I mean, it's got the Fortnite branding too on the picture, so I don't know. Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, they probably won't include guns because no fun allowed. I would assume. I would assume they're gonna come with just their basic weapons and a few hands, especially if they're trying to keep the price low.
this just
But
opens
I'm
the door for
excited.
them to sell an accessory pack down the line.
I don't know
mean,
about
you
that because
can
there's
get-
also
You can get accessory
Sorry, Mike.
packs for like you can get accessory packs for just guns and stuff.
Yeah, like McFarlane did Fortnite, and like McFarlane has there's a ton of options, so you can add your own. But it would be nice if they like loaded them out. But yeah, in terms of like, I think that's the only actual action figure news. Mighty Jax put out another Mikey statue, just like 10 inches, like a cool street Mikey, $200. I think it's already sold out because it was like limited. But all you really got to do is wait like 3 years, and it'll be on the TikTok shop. You can get a free sample. Play the long game. Do caskets count as toys?
I have it in miscellaneous, but you're not reading the news, aren't you?
I mean, I did see as I said that, but
Okay.
other than that, yeah, I think that's all the toy news.
All right. What do we got for comics, Spencer?
Comics. There aren't any comics coming out next week.
Not
I'm
Shredder
looking at
Not
our
Shredder
paper.
number 9.
No, it comes out the 24th of June.
Dang.
It got pushed.
But there's going to be more Shredder, isn't there, Spencer?
There is going to be more Shredder. So it was originally going to only run for 9 issues, but now it's being bumped up to 12 because it's still selling.
It was originally going to be 12 issues. It's getting bumped to 18 issues.
Sorry, it was really 12. It's going to be bumped to 18. Even better.
Which is ironic because I believe Spencer's the only one currently reading Shredder comics.
Oh, well, Mike's currently buying it and just not reading it. But anyway,
you think he'd know?
Yeah, right?
You know, dude, I set up the poll list and I just get them till they're not there anymore. It's just that's just the way it is.
The way it goes. All right, moving on to games. So last week we reported that there was no news on the last Ronin game, but now it turns out that that's not right. And there's not no news. There's no news because there's new news that the last Ronin game has been canceled with its previous developer and moved over to Platinum Games and being published under the new Paramount Games Publishing. So there is still hope. Small teaser trailer was revealed that had just your basic manhole and a turtle foot and coming soon or whatever the fuck. So the last Ronin game is still alive.
Yeah,
and like
alive again. They said.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on, Mike.
Go ahead.
Maybe it was just resurrected. I guess I don't know. I mean, maybe that's even the wrong word.
They said it's early stages, so I'm sure maybe
again.
some pre-production work came over. But the guy, I forget the guy's name. He was like, "It's early stages, and we're prototyping things out." Yeah. So I don't imagine they carried over much like of a actual playable stuff. It sounds like,
but like they're going real hard into the marketing for this. Like they've set up a website and there's like new merch available. Like IDW did a discount on like some of the book bundles. Like
that's
Paramount's
kind of like a huge FU to Black Forest because they were like, look, shops never mattered.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like the marketing push in the last like week compared to like anything that's been said about the original game 3 years ago is just wild.
I feel like it has to be that like these people came in and they're just like, adults, Ninja Turtles. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? And no, cut that. What are you doing? And then then eventually like they were like turning over a paper and they saw the sales figures of the book and they're like, why aren't we doing anything with this, guys? Yeah. Come on, get it going.
Well, because in the news when they were talking about this, it was like an interview with IGN, which he's done. The main guy has done more interviews since. But they were saying even before the merger, I think the wording was like a year-ish before the merger. So that game very much was in like development hell, and I'm sure at some point they knew the writing was on the wall for the merger, so they're like, yeah, it doesn't make sense to push this because we're all going to cash out and have some fun. It's also he's the guy, I believe he wrote Mortal Kombat 1 and some of the Injustice stuff.
I like, well, it was Mortal Kombat 11, I think, is what it was, not Mortal Kombat 1. That's what I saw credited. Yeah. Anyway.
He wrote a Mortal Kombat game, at least. So.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11 and Injustice 2, which I like both those games. So that's awesome for me, I mean, this isn't a fighting game, but both those games for, having a fighting game have a good plot going on for a fighting game. So
don't put too many qualifiers on it.
Yeah, man.
It's good if you have brain damage under the brain damage.
No, but like a fighting game. I feel like it's extra hard.
You can just say it's good, Spencer. It's fine.
It's good if you've never played a video game before. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like a fighting games are hard
to crap. Once you have a taste for crap.
If you're frozen in an iceberg in the ice ages and just thawed out, it's great.
If you just let me explain.
It's good.
Fighting games are hard to write a plot around because you basically have to, like, in this plot make two people fight, every 5 minutes or whatever, like So it can be tough to write a plot to make that happen. And so yeah, like they're good. They're good stories, especially for like a fighting game. So I am excited to see what they do with it as far as storytelling goes.
Yeah, it's gonna come out in 3 to 7 years.
Yeah.
Do we want to hotly
It's
debate
wild
whether or
that
not
they're
this
like,
game was canceled before it moved over?
yeah. Well, again, like I feel like they came in like they merged Paramount, whatever, and they're just like, what is this? Ninja Turtles adult? What? No, what are you doing? No, cancel that. What's going on here? Ninja Turtles is for kids. What's going on here? This is Nickelodeon property. What are you doing? And then eventually, like, it got around to someone showing them the sales figures for the comic and like the sales figures for like the book that is on the shelves, and they're like, "What are you doing? Get this going!" You know? What do you mean people are buying this? Get it going.
Yeah, but I mean, I also think like we knew like Black Forest was like halved from like cuts and
Yeah.
stuff, so it's not like
No.
they didn't know.
Yeah.
What is interesting though is, and maybe this is why, because there was a Ronin movie, and Skydance was like, yeah, we're sure as hell not doing that. It seems they were like, that would make more sense to do as a video game. And then we'll do like our own take on a live action thing. And then I would assume perhaps if the game does gangbusters, they could be like, okay, yeah, now that was successful enough. Let's actually do a movie or whatever, because they could be testing the waters with that some. The interesting thing, Platinum Games did previously do a TMNT game with IDW involvement, and it sucked hard. So what I've thought was funny is you can kind of see like how short things remain in the zeitgeist, because there's a ton of fans who are like, "Oh my God, Platinum Games! This is going to be the most I can't believe it. They're going to be the most banger TMNT game ever. It's a lock." And it's like, is it? Is it? But this will have a lot more
was
focus and
fun
money
for like an hour, and then became very tedious. So
I mean, if Spencer could do some qualifiers, he could sell the game for us.
Right.
If you broke your leg and you're stuck inside and you can't buy any new games,
have you just woken up from a coma?
If you've maybe never played a video game before, and this is your first
you have
one,
no sense of reference or what's actually good.
Right. If you're like that character robot from Invincible and you didn't have hands, you can transfer your personality into another body so that you can now play video games. Like, it's really good. We lost Mike.
Did we gain him?
We gained him. We're up one Mike. All right.
Are we?
Nothing else for video game news then. And now that Mike is back, Mike, you got the miscellaneous.
I got a miscellaneous. That's right. The TMNT Pizzeria is not dead. And a surprise, all of their social medias just came back up, and all of a sudden they were open. So
they're busy making pizzas. They can't social media.
That's true. So the TMNT Pizzeria is open in Santa Monica as of now, and I am trying to figure out when I can get out there to check it out. But apparently, it's pretty neat. It is a permanent installation. It is not a pop-up. So,
do they make weird pizzas?
Apparently, I haven't seen the full menu yet.
Boiled farts and jelly beans.
Right.
Yeah. Andre the Black Nerd was there, and he said like the pizza is pretty good. They have a real pizza chef like making New York style pizzas, and there's a bar apparently making like adult themed TMNT drinks. So
nothing
adult
says
themed TMNT. What is adult themed TMNT drinks?
Yeah,
you mean TMNT
I don't know.
themed
I don't know.
drinks?
Like I said, I haven't seen it, so.
This is a TMNT drink, but it's adult themed, so there's a big turtle wiener in it.
So we'll find out. We'll find out eventually.
God, that's funny. Bring the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be fun if they did wacky pizzas, because when Super 7 did their pop-up, they did do horrible pizza combos, which was fun.
Did you get any?
And the last thing in
there you
miscellaneous
go. It was
news
at like SDCC.
are the TMNT caskets by Titan Caskets. Literally just 4 caskets in their mask colors.
Yeah, so when the last Ronin game comes out and lets you down, they can bury you in the cask.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even think it's like an official crossover or anything. I think they're just like, hey, we have caskets in these colors. Because like, I visited their site, they've got a whole range of colors.
Branding.
What's that?
It doesn't have any branding. It's literally just.
Doesn't it have like the weapons?
No, Keith corrected me. It does not.
Yeah, it says if you look at their post, it says at the bottom, character artwork not available. Nickelodeon logo is not on it. The TMNT logo is not on it. I think it's just a funny.
The blue one has a sword on the inside, though.
Look at the bottom. Are you looking at what I posted there in our group?
Character artwork not available, but that's not character artwork. That's just swords.
I think that's what they mean by the character artwork.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's just a marketing thing they did, and people are like, "Oh shit, I can get a Ninja Turtles casket." It's like, no. I mean, I'm sure nothing stops you from throwing all your action figures in there and getting buried with them, as I plan to do. So.
Yeah, and then the Goonies dig you up for the rare action figure.
Exactly. Yeah. And I haunt them.
That'd be pretty
cool. Whole Scooby-Doo situation. Yeah. You get it, Cody.
Well, I wonder. Have you heard? You know how they like recycle cemeteries every so often?
They what?
Dude, I don't know. Do they do that in America? My wife was just listening to a podcast about this, and they do that in Germany because you can only like rent it for like 100 years or 25 years.
Yeah, I think they. Yeah. I think they. I mean, it depends where you go and how long it is, but I think the common practice is, after so long, they dig you up, like cremate you or whatever. Mm-hmm. What would they do with the action figures that are all coated in rotting guts and whatnot?
What would they do? That's a good question. There's only one way to find out.
Like, it'd be cool if they like cremated you and they cremated the figure, so it's just your ashes, and they give your descendant like a lump of melted plastic.
This is the most cherished possession, burned into cinders. Yeah,
we didn't have to melt them down, but we thought it'd be fun. So here's your lump. I believe it happens in America too, where it's like because they only have so much space. Like after so long, they recycle it over. So yeah,
and that's it.
Cool. So if that's it for the news, Spencer, what are we doing next week?
Next week, we're going to have special guest Andrew Jostra on the show to talk about Fugitoid #1, as well as the arc he's written in Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's issues 4 through 6.
So very excited to have Andrew on the show next week. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, head on back. Make sure you're subscribed on wherever you're listening. Let us know somewhere on the internet what you think of the show. Join our Discord at the link in our bio.
All right, that's the show this week. Thank you again so much for listening, and until next time, cowabunga dudes.
Certified turtle fad.
Booyakasha.
I'm a little piggy.
Slop right out of there. That's when you start recording. Son of a
I
bitch.
Don't think.
No, guys.
I don't think.
Hold on.
Has,
I'm
I
mad.
don't think.
The button so fast.
Guys.
You did it then because you caught me in the middle of a conversation about Krang's vagina, and I thought I made a great point about Krang's vagina, and you missed it.
Yeah, I don't think Krang has genitals. I do.
Yeah, he's got a robot.
I think Krang actually has a cloaca.
I just want to know, like, how far do you guys think that those robots go anatomically? Those android bodies, because like the 87 Krang has underwear. Like that implies that it needs to cover something.
What about the lizard Krang body? Like his quote unquote original body?
What do you mean? Is
Wait,
lizard original body?
before he got turned into just a brain?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Before,
invasion
like,
of the
Don't most
Krangazords one.
lizards
Oh,
have?
those
Don't
things.
lizards also have cloacas, but some have wieners?
Cody, I think you would like the podcast Turtle Power Pod. These two guys were going through every episode of the original 87 series, but their theory was that he had cloaca, and they call it the Krang hole.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
But yeah, so like Cynthia Utrom, this new body, like I guess brings us back to our, where Keith was coming in. It's like, how anatomically correct is that body? How far did they go? Were they just like, nah, clothes, that's all we really needed? Like what the clothes cover, we don't have to worry about that aesthetically.
Yeah,
I mean that's
and the
probably
point I was making was that I do believe that robot has a vagina-like apparatus, if you will, that functions as an escape hatch in the event of an emergency. Krang.
Why can't it be a penis that expands into a tunnel?
Just the way it works. The vagina would go straight down, whereas the penis would have to go kind of out and around, and Yeah.
But the penis would give it some
can't
protection. He'd have that'd be like, how you have your house, you have like a mud room and then the door. If you have like a fancy house or whatever.
Why did it have to be the
have
genitals?
that little entryway?
Why does it have to be the genitals? Why can't Krang evacuate from the anus?
That's a
like what the anal evacuation?
Perhaps the
other point,
goes
the
across
point
the
about
entire
Krang
frontal and
evacuating
brutal
is because Krang is in the big open window, so to evacuate, all he has to do is just fall out. So it's like it's more difficult for him to evacuate anywhere else.
In this situation, the danger's in front of him. He just, like that.
needs to come out back door, escape.
In fact,
there's no back hatch possible, or
no, sorry. In fact, wearing pants would actually be restrictive. Krang should be naked.
It popped. No. The back hatch pops open like those like old timey onesie underwear, like boing.
Yeah. The 87 Krang did have that weird like port in the back. It's possible that like Krang could squeeze through there like a tube of toothpaste.
Yeah. Does Krang have bones?
Yeah, because like octopuses, those things can travel through like tubes the size of a quarter because they don't have any bones. Do you think Krang can do
in
that
2012, the Krang do have bones because Mikey wears their skeletons.
That's true. So I guess the question is does Mutant Mayhem? This is what we need to ask Andrew Jostra when he comes on the show: is do Mutant Mayhem Utroms have bones, or are they boneless?
There's actually.
Does he?
I don't know if it's
years to this.
Remember,
there's an anatomy. It's not out yet. There's an anatomy of a mutant book that I don't know if it only covers the turtles, but it's possible.
Well, I'm specifically talking like you have that character Cynthia Utrom. We're speculating. I guess we're speculating that that's Krang, but there's no way it's not, right? Like we've said this. Like there's no way they name the character Cynthia Utrom and they give her like the glasses and everything else that make her look kind of like the Krang android and don't make her be Krang. So
yeah, look, the upcoming Mutant Anatomy book does cover Krang, so we'll get to see if
is the Mutant Anatomy the Mutant Mayhem universe, or is it like 87?
No, this is IDW, so we'll see at least in IDW.
That's the one with the cutaway of Leonardo on the cover.
Yeah. That comes out in August, so we'll get to see. I mean, we know IDW steals everything from everywhere else, so you can retroactively apply it to every other property because you can just assume they stole it from it.
And fans out there, do you think Utrom / Krang should be boneless, or do you think they should have bones? We want to know. Are you pro boneless Krang?
Even if they only have because in 2012 it's like it's not like a full rib cage or a skull. It's really like the front-ish part of it. I remember, so that still allows decent collapsibility. But back to if robots would do genitals, There was a time my Instagram algorithm is all sorts of jacked up. Like, it, whatever. Like, I swear to God, Mark Zuckerberg is just like, whoever pays us money, you can flood it, right? And if you interact with it, like I made the mistake, I'd get
That
AliExpress
is
ads.
that is what Mark Zuckerberg does, by the way. That really is just it. You know, whoever pays us
No, like
money, they can flood
it
people with
shows. It
ads.
shows.
That's it.
Because like, and I'm on all the various platforms, and I behave the same way on all of them, right? So if it's me primarily driving it, they should all be screwed, right? But on Instagram specifically, like one example is like you'll get like AliExpress ads, and sometimes they have the most jackass products, and a lot of them are like goofily sexual in nature. And if you click on them, if you click on it once, it's like, hey, you clicked on that one ad. What if every ad until the end of time now has every possible product? Which is it's funny and amusing, but then you're like, oh god, because then you're like, you're at the restaurant with your friends, like scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, and suddenly AliExpress is like, what do you think of these dildos? And you're like, Jesus. But through at one point on Instagram, there was this like, and it makes me want to, as an action figure collector, like there's these like super high end like sex dolls, and you can customize them every which way. Um, and I thought it'd be funny if I actually made money as an action figure YouTuber, I would buy one of those and I would do a review, and I would, for the comparisons, I would just put my friends in the video or whatever, and I would do like action poses with it. But I'm telling you, the amount of customization you can do to those things, insane. Like they've thought of everything. So really, there's no reason Krang with his future technology wouldn't have both a penis and a vagina and a cloaca and swapping them about any given day.
Just like his arms.
Like his arms, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It just spins down there like the arms do.
There's just that like there's that ooh beam like in this movie, and then it just like and big dildo attached.
Yeah.
Decides just like how big a one he wants today, you know. Yeah.
Because why limit yourself?
This episode is definitely going to be marked 18 plus. Sorry, folks, you're not listening to this one with the kids in the car.
This episode brought to you by AliExpress.
I don't know, 18 plus, like, because I've also experimented with that on YouTube. Because there's sometimes I'm like, maybe that joke is too off color, you know. When you mark 18 plus, it basically, in my experience, all the platforms are like, great. So this is the most hardcore explicit pornography killings ever. You're gonna show it to nobody.
We've brought
like,
on
I just made a dick joke, and they're like, no, you were sucking and chopping dicks. You can't show that to anyone. These are war crimes. And you're like, okay. Our world is screwed. Yeah, Facebook can constantly show me the most heinous shit, and it's like, it's a normal ad, buddy. What do you want? Ridiculous.
No, Facebook can freaking target depressed teens with body dysmorphia to take advantage of their body dysmorphia and sell them more things. No, that's like the most messed up thing. I don't know. That Careless People book, it really just like, you know, solidified like, yeah, these people are they're all awful.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I saw there's a sequel to the what was the first Facebook movie?
Social Network.
Social Network.
Yeah, there's like a sequel to that that's coming out.
Yeah, Mark Strong is playing Mark Zuckerberg, I think.
Yeah,
Mark
he actually
Mark
does.
action.
He's pretty dead on,
Marky Mark.
from what I've heard.
Wrong Mark.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of Mark Zuckerberg, did you guys read issue 19?
Mark Strong is playing the guy that's like 60.
Mark Strong? Is there a guy Mark Strong that's 60 years old? Is that the
actor?
guy that makes the Live Strong bracelets? Was that him?
Yep, that's him.
No, Mark Strong, the actor, is like 60 years old, right?
He was Sinestro in the Green Lantern movie. How do you
No,
know?
that's a different one. It's not that one. No, that's not Mark Strong.
But he doesn't look anything like Mark Zuckerberg, though.
It's no.
Mark Zuckerberg's not pink. or purple.
He's
There's
in
a different
Succession.
Mark Strong.
Yeah.
A second Mark Strong has hit the building.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Who is it? He's still old-ish, but he's. Hold on.
Markiplier?
Jeremy Strong. It's Jeremy Strong, I believe.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, okay.
Which he might actually be 50 anyways, but isn't Mark Zuckerberg probably like 35?
No, I think he's a little older.
I hope he's older than 35.
Yeah,
I gotta get some time on this planet without him being
He's 42. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
42.
42. Still not old enough. I wish he were older.
Jeremy Strong is 48, so they're close enough.
Yeah, they're in the same decade.
Which really, like, if once you're past 30, you're a broken down piece of shit. So
Yeah, I mean, you got one foot in the grave and another on a banana peel at that point, you know?
no, for real, I turned 40 this year, and there's nothing more fucking horrifying.
You know, you get used to it, unfortunately.
I mean, it's fine, but you know,
When did
like
Ninja Turtles
it's not like you have one
first
foot
come
in
out?
the grave. You're willingly stepping in graves because you're like, I've seen it all, folks. I'm done. What did you say, Keith?
When did Ninja Turtles first come out?
1984?
84.
Yeah, but like what date exactly?
May 5th?
5th.
5th. Okay.
We
Yeah.
missed the anniversary this year. Whoops.
Zuckerberg,
I was had a kid. So, whoops.
Zuckerberg is a week younger than Ninja Turtles.
That's what I was looking. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Damn.
My kid was born around the same time as Zuckerberg. That's terrible. Should have told him to be born a different day.
you should talk to your wife and had her stick it out.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see? Do you guys know Brennan Lee Mulligan?
That name is familiar. I
He's
feel
a
like I should
very
know.
popular like D&D creator, also voice actor. But you've probably seen his videos. He's the guy on videos where it's like he's talking about like the police, and it's like, or when he's talking about laws, he like laws or threats of violence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen that. Yeah.
He was actually on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or whatever. And he was going to make like $50,000. And the reason he lost is because the question was, which of these two people were alive at the same time? And the correct answer was Charlie Chaplin and Pharrell. It's like there was a narrow window before Charlie died that like Pharrell was born in. And that's what like kicked him off. Yeah, life is strange like that. So yeah, Mark Zuckerberg's old as fuck.
Still not old enough.
You feel?
I don't have a camera on this computer.
You should.
Otherwise, I would. But I will. I will look into getting a camera.
Buy a whole new computer.
No, basically that's what this one is. So, I mean, the parts in it are pretty. Some of them are pretty old, like my graphics card and stuff. It's like an old 1050 Ti, so it's pretty ancient for gaming. But if you turn down the graphics, it works just fine, and I can get on and game with some people.
Mode.
Yeah, if I play in potato mode.
Wow,
it'll.
Godfather, Brennan Lee Mulligan's godfather is Michael Kaluta, who is a very famous comic book artist.
Nepo babies. It's all fucking Nepo babies.
Yeah. I kind of realized.
Have you guys seen, how like Obsession is really popping off and like Curry Barker?
I've heard it's really popular. I want to see it, just out of curiosity.
Like, his dad is an actor, and so it's like, did he earn his stuff being really successful on TikTok and YouTube? Sure, but does having like a father in the business help? I'm sure it did too.
Yeah. The thing is like there's sometimes I'm okay with Nepo babies, especially ones that like inherit massive amounts of wealth when they don't hurt anything and they just decide to build stupid things and to just be outrageous. with their money.
The son of the guy who does he's pretty much the reason stop motion animation still exists, actually.
Oh yeah, Travis Knight.
Yeah, he's Bobby Knight's son, like Bobby Knight, like the Nike guy.
Yeah.
And apparently his dad just gives him essentially unlimited money to do it.
Yeah, like Studio
It was
Leica.
a good
Studio Leica only exists because it's a passion project for him, and his dad owns Nike.
Yeah, so
there's like an
Nepo
article
babies.
video talking about it, how it's like this is the best Nepo baby ever, because it's like
Yeah. Nepo babies. Waste your money on that stuff. Don't like try to become more powerful and even richer than before or whatever. Like what a waste. What a waste that would be. That's the real waste. Do things like make stop motion happen. Make stop motion videos, build some sort of amusement park. I don't care. Something that isn't being an awful person and trying to, like, I don't know, take over the world and get rid of benefits for poor people. Just try not to make everyone's lives worse. That's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of the bare minimum.
Which Travis Knight, I think he also did the newest He-Man movie.
He did.
Right? And circling back to our Krang gender conversation, I saw someone's criticism of the movie that they made Roboto a girl, and I just had to laugh because I was like, it's a robot.
Who?
Yeah, like honestly,
it's a robot.
Spencer, have you seen the movie? It's the giant robot.
I watched like the old cartoon as a kid. So like my brothers and I would stay up at night and like on Cubo's Night Owl, they would like at 10 a.m. not 10 a.m. 10 p.m. I mean, they would play He-Man and other old ones, and we would just kind of like make fun of it. It was funny, 10 p.m. We'd stay up all night watching He-Man, then She-Ra, then Brave Star, and then Ghostbusters. Not the Ghostbusters, but Ghostbusters.
I didn't know She-Ra
with Tracy
was
the Gorilla.
Sister. I didn't realize that.
She's He-Man's twin sister that for some reason was like shipped off to another galaxy. Did they ever explain that?
She was kidnapped.
She was
kidnapped.
Yeah. Twin. Like He-Man's twin sister. She says that in the intro theme song thing that they do. There are 3 others who know of my secret.
Okay, yeah. Older fraternal.
Our friends, Light Hope, Madame Raz, and Cowl. But yeah, I don't know. We just would like laugh at the old animation, laugh at like, I don't know, some of the frames and things. It was just funny to us, entertaining. It was something new because we didn't have cable.
I honestly had a blast with the movie. It was so
I don't know if I'll bother with the movie, to be honest. I have fond memories of He-Man. I kind of respect the aesthetic of He-Man.
I'd actually, not knowing Spencer is a He-Man head, I actually want Spencer to watch it now because I'm curious.
Yeah, no, honestly, this respects He-Man very much.
But like you have to remember here, all right? My brothers and I, we watched it to just kind of make fun of it, and also they played
I would
only
argue
like
the movie makes fun of He-Man too, so you should love it.
Yeah, like
for sure.
It very much makes fun of itself.
Yeah, this movie has so much fun with its concept.
But also that channel probably only played like the same like 10 or 13 episodes or whatever over and over and over again. I remember, there being little new.
Apparently there was only 2 seasons, but they did like 50 episodes each. So
there's 65 episode seasons because it's like what they could sell to play it 4 times a year.
Yeah, because you have to like make syndication. So it's like you have to hit a certain rate.
But for some reason, Cubo didn't, because they didn't even play that many episodes. I don't know what the deal was.
That's pretty common. Like they probably only licensed that many because it was cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the same thing. That's how me and Mike have often talked about, like watching Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if you guys did too. Like in the mornings, and it would go through the Namek saga all the way up to like Frieza or Goku almost gets there, and it's like good news, we reset, and you're like son of a bitch. So I didn't see the end of that for literally like 10 years. But yeah, it's very common for them not to have like purchased the whole run. But yeah, you got to see it as a He-Man head.
Yeah,
Because also,
I
you're
know
usually
a
kind
little
of
bit.
edgelord stickler, so I'm actually super interested what you think.
Well, so you're getting my my negative adjectives. I want to describe myself. My negative identity markers. I'm an edgelord, all right, and that means I like edgy stuff. But the word you're looking for is purist. So that's the other bad negative thing I'm not supposed to be. That is part of my identity is a purist. I'm an edgelord purist.
And that
And
means
the
you
purest
love
version
Out of
of
the Shadows.
yeah, the purest version of anything is the edgy version of it. That's how that works, probably.
Someone
Because
did
it was
also
way
say in
more
the comments
serious when I was a kid.
that the He-Man cartoon wasn't goofy.
No way.
they were like, it had goofy stuff, but it was never a goofy cartoon. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
The first podcast I was ever on, my co-host, Raul, he loved Masters of the Universe, and he was a guy who said, like, nah, man. He's like, he's this big fat Mexican dude. He's like, nah, man, you gotta understand. He's like, He-Man was the shit back then. And I'm like, Raul, this cartoon fucking sucks, man. But I texted him the other day, like, hey, did you see the movie? He's like, I fucking love the movie. I was like, it's stupid as shit, wasn't it, motherfucker? 10 years
fun.
later, I finally got revenge.
The funnest thing I've enjoyed is it's always fun to track box office numbers, and you can tell, like,
is it always fun?
It is fun. It is fun for this reason, because usually, like, the He-Man movie is very interesting because me watching it, by all rights, chuds should hate it, right? By any criteria I could explain. But it seems it's been embraced by the chud community. What's interesting, though, is the chuds specifically will use the box office numbers to be like, oh, this sucks, right? The flip side of it is that when it thinks it's good, they're like, it's a conspiracy. Like, this should be making way more money. They're suppressing it. This is super popular. We have to go see it. I saw it 13 times. And then it's like,
No way.
He-Man struggling to make maybe $60 million by now.
I think the funniest thing, culture war wise, would be if Supergirl really does just blow it out of the water. It may not. Who knows how many people care to see the Supergirl movie? But just because these guys have decided that's the thing they hate, it would be hilarious if Supergirl just like does incredible.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Supergirl.
How much
I am too.
did
No,
Man
like
of Tomorrow do?
the movie Superman.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but it was like enough that it was like, yeah, we're good to do another movie, basically.
Well, I mean, also,
the thing
like,
is
DC is like, we need to make our movies fucking work, so
yeah,
they can't keep rebooting it all the time.
Yeah. My thing with all of it is like it becomes so hard to just like get to enjoy a franchise movie, like just because of like it's at least like in online discussion, because so much of it is just like culture war BS now. We're talking about box office numbers, and it's like, this is lame. Like, this is stupid. Why are we? Why is this what the discussion's about? Like,
because it validates our hobby.
It takes the fun out of everything. Just
it's validation. It's either like,
yeah,
the thing I
validates
don't
our
like
hobby.
did bad and it proves me right, or the thing I don't like did good and it validates it. That's what's so funny about the He-Man stuff for me, is those usual chuds are like, this is $1 billion movie, and you're like, but it's not.
like literally, like every generation after Gen X does not care about He-Man. Basically, I mean, maybe I don't know. You guys, I guess, are millennials. You kind of do, I guess, but definitely like later millennials, Gen Z, no connection to He-Man at all. Like the cartoon in the odds did not do that great. Like it ended pretty quickly.
I used to tell people, like, my being born in 1985, like, that was kind of the division. Like, I was never a He-Man Transformers kid. Like, I strictly
also because, like,
Ninja Turtles came.
85 is when He-Man was basically dying, right?
Yeah, and so it's like I
For all
knew
intents and
of
purposes.
He-Man. I knew of He-Man because the toys were still around. Like my older cousins had them, and I had
my
like
brothers had a bunch of He-Man toys.
yeah, like I had a VHS of episodes, but I didn't like. I was never a He-Man fan, like watching those old episodes. But I can respect like the lore and like the fandom. Like Pixel Dan does a lot of work for that, like getting people interested in that franchise. And it's like his excitement for the movie and like other things like really made me invested in He-Man and that universe. And like I like the idea of like the science and the magic like kind of being combined together. Like you have a guy, you know, man at arms who has like gun robot shit, and then it's like fighting Skeletor, who's an evil sorcerer lich with evil Lyn, and like He-Man's a magical girl barbarian. Like it's such a cool franchise, but it's like it is very dated. Like I think the aesthetic, I think the original aesthetic, like the super buff bodies and stuff, like I think that's a turnoff to a lot of like newer people. But it's like there's a way to get this into the hands of D&D, but it's just
Wait, you think the super buff bodies are a turnoff to people?
I think the old toy aesthetic, like I think like the
like to say like superhero movies have dominated culture.
Somebody made a comment how hilarious, like He-Man is the strongest man in the universe, and that's why everyone else is exactly as jacked as he is.
yeah. And it's like because all the toys use the same body, but it's like I think the aesthetic of the original toys, like, because that still is kind of like the He-Man image. I think that turns off a lot of people. Also, I mean, it's like names they held to. I mean, and that's why they specifically make fun of the names in the movie, like
which Pixel Dan didn't like, and he's a true He-Man fan, so you know it's wrong.
Right. And I respect. I personally
his video was hilarious because if there was ever a man that's worried about having the wrong opinion publicly, the amount of couching he did was impressive to see.
I respect his opinion. But I was like, I have enough, like I can break my suspension of disbelief, and like the way they justified the names for people, I was like, that's such a good way to do it. Like, yeah, it was a joke, and I agree like the sexual innuendo jokes were a little too much. Even my wife was like, one or two would have been fine, and there was like one spot.
I mean, Fisto and Ram Man, they literally didn't make any other jokes about them. They were just like, no, we gotta hammer this home so people understand.
Yeah.
Like the one time when they're back to back and they make the joke to themselves, that should have been like the only other time it was brought up. But you're right, like it was kind of every time they were on screen, somebody would, like He-Man was making the joke or Adam was making the joke, and it was like it was just too much. It's like,
yeah, like I don't like I'm not like personally offended, but it was interesting to me that they decided to go there, because it's not like they were just like it was like a sly reference. It was very blatant, like fisting, and yes, we do mean the sexual fisting.
Yeah.
And then like
they like brought out a whiteboard and like showed how it worked and everything. Yeah.
And then like
like I get it. They're like, do you? Because he's fisting.
Yeah. Fisting them. Yeah.
Because the other one was like Remy giving head, and it's like Redman doesn't give head; he hits people with it.
Right.
The joke doesn't even work.
He's giving him the head. I don't know. It works for me, you know. But also, I like Ram Man, so personally, I'm offended by that one. You know.
I'm offended that maybe get around to a Mecha-Neck deep throat joke.
They didn't even go there. though. That was the thing. It's like next in the movie, and they didn't make
it's right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Stratos? Well, what kind of jokes did they make about? What?
I don't think he's. Unless he's somewhere in the background, he's not.
No Stratos.
No Stratos. No Merman.
No Stinkor. Spikor is in it, but
Merman apparently is in it. He's just in a crowd scene.
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, he's in the scene. He's in the he's like an after credit scene, I believe, in the background.
It's like the marketplace, like that Orko is in the Orko scene.
Yeah. I was telling my buddy, like, imagine not knowing anything about He-Man and seeing that last scene. Like, what the fuck would you think was happening?
Yeah, which apparently that's not an issue because the majority of people who saw it were like 40 years old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my wife was like, "What the fuck was that?" And I was like, "Let me tell you about it."
He-Man.
Speaking of movies with poor box office,
Yeah, we're
These
only
movies
an
had
hour
good box
over.
office though.
yeah,
No, this movie had a poor box office.
These are some of the most successful TMNT movies.
I know, but I know it's just apparently one of the trivia that I looked up for is like this. I mean, we'll get to it for second time around.
Yeah. It made half as much money as the first one and lost the studio $75 million, apparently.
Okay, there goes my trivia.
Also, studio accounting is BS, so how much of that is actually
fair?
But yeah, I mean, it did do less good as the first one, so it was a disappointment. But I think even then, it still made more money than other TMNT movies.
No, it lost $75 million.
I'm sure that just means the other movies lost money too, probably.
Based on what?
I'm pretty sure if you look at the raw numbers, which again, like adjusting for inflation, but I'm pretty sure this still made more.
Turtle Power Hour.
What?
I mean, I'm just waiting for the moment to chime in. Is the problem? I haven't really had a moment to do it.
Leader, jump in.
Well, if I do, you guys will be in the middle of talking, and then we just won't.